Okay, good evening. 7:50, 25th of August. And a box, big box here. One of those Oz moving boxes, big square box, filled with normal sized books, but because the box is not a book box, there's stuff on the sides and all sorts of things. So let's get into it. As you saw, most of the stuff I think is going to be nonfiction, regular stuff for your head, such as The Hero with a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell. Don't know how far I got in this, but yeah, 12 steps, not that 12 steps, the heroes 12 steps. Although, is there a 12-step group for heroes? Anyway, yeah, PTSD and all that. Anyway, or my mentor keeps calling me and is, he says he's lonely, whatever. The places my mind goes. Anyway, here's a classic one. Reason why Star Wars is Star Wars. Put that on the other side of the other pile. Let's keep going. Here's a bargain book I bought. The Art of Seduction. Robert Greene wrote a whole bunch of series of books like these. It lists all the variations, not the variations, but possibilities, ways to go about doing it, none of which I really practice. The siren, the rake, the ideal lover, the dandy, the natural, the coquette, the charmer, the charismatic, the star, the anti-seducer, and then the 18 types of the seducer's victims. And the process. And that's it. 4 phases. Anyway, I've read it. Don't really practice it. I don't have enough self-confidence. And the universe laughs at me. So there you go. Back here, Colonel Roosevelt. Autographed copy. Is this? Yes, this is the 3rd book because I haven't finished it. See? It's my bookmark. This is his post-presidential legacy, where he selects Taft, probably his biggest mistake of his career, goes off to Africa, writes columns, and then comes back, runs for president once again. Autographed copy by Edmund Morris. He actually lived not too far from our bookstore, so he'd come and sign him. His LBJ trilogy is also very good. Then we have Pornogamy. Guide to the Ancient Art of Paper Folding for Adults. To make a condom. Not to be used, not a prophylactic. Handcuffs. Early finger cuffs. Also, dollar origami here too. Just want to give, why you tip that exotic dancer just a normal $2 bill when you can fold it up like a fellas. That she'll really remember you next time you come in. Here we have MLA Style Manual. I think this dot means it was a clearance book at one point. Don't use it because I'm not an academic. But it's nice to have around just in case. This is 2nd edition. Reference books. Ideas can be dangerous. Culture. Start here. Been designed by Ryan Hughes. It has a rod in it. I love it. Here, I think I know him from the work he did for various comics designing. But $45. Wow. Ooh. Will Eisner Comics and Sequential Art. This is his 3rd book, I believe. Principles and Practice from Legendary Cartoons. Yes. This, I think, is his 3rd book in the series of his books on comics. Comics and Sequential Art, Graphic Storytelling, Visual Narrative, Expressive Anatomy for Comics and Stories. This is the 1st book. If for some reason Norton hasn't decided to bind all three of those into an omnibus like they did with his New York stories and other things, which I think is a shame. Oh, we got something in a bag. Well, first of all, on the side here, we got two books. We have from Todd Holland in New Hampshire. I guess I ordered a book. First class. Oh, yeah. How to Get Girls into Your Store. Friends of the Lulu Retail Handbook. I was a member for a while. I have another copy of this somewhere, but I guess I double ordered it. And I guess this was done in $2.95. Jeez. This was done in the early 90s. That's a handbook on how to teach comic book shops to appeal more to women in the general public. Yes, that was that. People didn't know that back then. You know, take down posters. Don't make your shop look like an adult bookstore. You know, vacuum the carpet if you have carpet. Clean the bathrooms if you have bathrooms. All right, now I got a big bag here, shopping bag from JCPenney. What's in here? We have Baby Goes Shopping by Susan Middleton Elliott. I don't know why it's in here, but it's not comic related, but that's all right. We have the Weihnachtsgeschichte. One of these books I was going to give to my nieces and nephews 10 years ago or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I think that might have been it. It's probably a Dover book. LA stencils, yes. These, I think, were supposed to be Christmas presents at one point. But I never got around to. Yep. Yep, Rosie the Riveter, which I think is an ex-library book. Yep. Withdrawn for free use in City Cultural and Welfare Institute. Withdrawn for free use in City Cultural and Welfare Institutions may be sold for the benefit of New York Public Library. See, they cut out the, I guess, the page with the barcode on it. Baseball's greatest hits. Greatest hit. The story of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Yep. Here are my printer paper. Ooh, fancy. Fine Books and Collections magazine. Cut up artists. What else we got in here? I guess these are a companion. Yeah, these kind of match. Pretty. That's Scholastic paper. Yep. New York Starlines. What do we got in here? Oh, it's actually marked. Julie, Christmas present. Oh, wait. Papers. Any of my relatives are watching. Act surprised when I give you these as presents for later. Okay? Good. So we have that little chat. And again, not that I expect anyone to be watching this, but thanks for watching, my family. What else we got here? Ooh, a blank orange. I think this was just a dummy. We would get these all the time at Barnes & Noble, dummy books. Usually would wrap the jacket around and say, hey, this is the size it's going to be. You know, this many pages, this type of paper. And this paper's not too bad. Yeah, I can't see my finger through it. I can see the shadow, but not my finger. Let's try some color on it. Yeah, it's slightly transparent. I can see the book, a little bit of the color is formed beneath it. So this might be good for one-sided ink, maybe pencil. Notebook. Oh yeah, in here. There's another notebook, an actual notebook. Let's see, it's ruled. Cloth cover from Vision Golf Collection. So yeah, put those off to the side. I'll give those to somebody. That's how I used to do my Christmas shopping. I would just dig through the. Oh, and here's The Language of Comics by Mario Saraceni. I always like to buy the hardcovers of academic press books, even though they don't have a dust jacket. It just feels better and more solid. But this is, yeah, how comics, one way how comics work, I guess you could say. That's all theory. It's theory. And I don't do much practicing. So that's half the box right there. As you can see, it's mostly flanking. And I grabbed these for a friend. They call book arts, artist books. Books using artists using books as a art form, usually sculpture in a way. What is typography? We have a jury, such as design handbooks. For example, thinking with type. I've not read this in a long time, but this is a really nice book on typography, typesetting, design. Nicely weighed out, of course. Explains everything. For example, here's the anatomy of type. Show a close up right there. See? In 1995, that is not a bad price. Oh, another. This one I've had since 1990 something, early 90s. Bowden Wider's Introduction to Cataloging and Classification, 7th edition, Arlene G. Taylor. This is the textbook on how to catalog, although this is all AACR2 based, and now I think they're in RDA or something. I don't know. They keep changing the things. We've got, and this is a book I used to read once a year, just to reset myself. 6 Stories by Douglas Adams, The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide. I have this is a bargain edition, $15, which is, yeah, 4. Yeah, so all things through 5 books, plus Young Zaphod Plays It Safe. How many pages? 815 pages of fun, wonderful books. And it's water damaged. But that's okay because this side really isn't. That's such a cheap book anyway. That's part of the reason why I got it. I have the nice hardcover deluxe version, gilded edges and all that. Speaking of which, no, this isn't water damaged. Gramercy. It's a little puffy there. See that? Might be. There's things underneath it. Maybe that's just from the books that was pushed on top of it. Yeah, see, you can see the book in print where it was bad, worse, bad. But here is that $20 edition. I guess there's a $51, but this is the same one. Same edition. This one was Wings Books. This one's Gramercy. This one's just $5 more. Yeah, I look like the planner. I know. Portland House. – 2005 edition, yeah. So I just need to repress that a little, I guess. On the side here, we have the AIA Guide to New York City, 3rd edition. The 4th edition came out while I was working at the store. This is 1988. What's nice about this is photographs, the Rockaways. They have about 40 pages, what they call necrology, books that don't exist anymore. This was not in the 4th edition that came out while I was at the editor. One of the editors came in to the store. I talked about it. I said, you know, why not do a book just on buildings that don't exist anymore? He said, that might not be a bad idea. I don't think they ever did it, but there are books like that, Forgotten New York and stuff. But these are those were the buildings that were listed, notable buildings that were listed in the 2nd edition, or 1st editions, that got demolished. But there's an example of the layout. It's regional. It's by neighborhoods and regions, so the Bronx and all that. Staten Island, for example, is in the back here. I got something all the way down at Totenville. That's S25. S25 Conference House. Conference House, originally Captain Christopher Ballop residence. Originally Church of Our Lady Help of Christians. Last thing listed here is Arbutus Lake. So this is the third edition. If you're an architecture nut like I am, or an armchair architect, especially if you like New York City, that's a book to get. Fourth edition type 2. And here's another bag of stuff. What's in here? Not the Barnes Noble. Okay, I don't know if it's still using that design. We've got Next Magazine, Subway Series 2001. That looks like another birthday present or a Christmas present. Yeah. There's a magazine. I don't know who published this. You know, your typical cheapo fly-by-night magazine. We've got Shore, quote-unquote German. A nice little pocketbook. Jugend ist Trunkenheit ohne Wein. Youth is drunkenness without wine. Westbüchlicher Divan, Schenkenbuch. Nur die Toten kommen nicht wieder. Only the dead never return. Universal Zombie. Anyway. £5. And what else do we have in here? We have this nice My Life as a... Oh, I'm glad I found this. My Life as a Furry Red Monster. Autograph copy. Kevin Clash. And I think I even got him to do a sketch. Somebody did a sketch. I don't know. But there it is. The reason I got this is it's for my niece as a graduation present. And I think she graduates this year. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Thank you. That's why I'm going through all these boxes. Man with a Pan. Culinary Adventures of Fathers Who Cook for Their Families. Yep, that's a Christmas present. We've got... Ooh. Yeah, I've got a niece I can get this to. I don't think he goes to school. Again. Okay. Americans don't know this guy, Chris Riddell. The British do. Because, one, he's a great illustrator. He's also one of the rare children's illustrators, if you could call him a children's illustrator, who also does editorial cartoons. And he is spot on. He is wicked sharp. But anyway, I discovered him, I think, through Neil Gaiman. Adeline is a girl who lives by herself, a smarter, more capable Eloise, older as well. Her parents are off exploring the universe, the world. They send her stuff back. She's got a companion at home. Everything is delivered to her. You know, pillows are beds are prepared, meals, everything. And she's by herself in the city. And she has adventures. And again, beautiful illustrations. He did, look at that. Don't you want to read that story? Why is there an elephant on a school bus? And a girls' school bus? And what's that robot in the back? And that horse? The toucan? This is, again, Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know who to get that to. And also we have diners, bowling alleys, and trailer parks, chasing the American dream of post-war consumer culture. Don't know who I'm giving that to. Basically, suburban sprawl in the 50s, maybe 60s. The Prairie Girls Guide to Life, however. But also a sampler quote and 49 other pioneer projects for the modern girl. I don't know if I can give that to any of my nieces. They're all pretty independent, but I don't know. That was a graduation present for another one. Yeah, there's a guide to life. Okay, those are Christmas presents. Good. All right. Right. Good. And that was short and sweet. There's the box. You can imagine how heavy that is. It's going to be crushed on the side because it wasn't completely full. Back to the gills. What is the crush proof on this? 65 pounds. Which means that he stacked more than he's doing. No, that's going to get action. So that's that. Again, Douglas Adams, if you haven't read him, I recommend it. Very smart, very funny. The nice thing is, if you really get into it, every other version started with the radio play on BBC, then he did the novelization, then he did more radio play, then started writing the books. The radio play sort of got adapted later, although it's its own little version, multiverse, timeline, whatever. There was a TV show, which did the first 2 books, I believe. There was a comic book and collectible cards based on the comic book, which I think follow the books pretty closely. They're, of course, adapted. 3 each for each book. 3 volumes for each book. Square bound. Let's check them out. There's a beautiful, oversized, glittery cover illustrated book. I think it's based on the novel. You have the movie, of course. There is the text adventure, which is bloody hard. So yeah, you got all these different versions you can read. No 2 are the same, more or less. And yeah, but good stuff. If you like Terry Pratchett, read him. If you like him, read Terry Pratchett. Humorous science fiction with some very smart stuff in there. Pick a number, any number. So that's it for this. Hope you enjoyed it. Share, comment, critique. You got anything to recommend from what I mentioned here? Feel free to tell me. I'd be happy to always discover new things. I got a library card. I know how to use it. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye.